this Wednesday, May the 17th edition of the Ringside Report. I am Ryan Young. Joining me on the phone, as always, the king of controversy, Anthony Smoody. Smoods, what's up?
It's hump day. Yeah, 2 more days.
You always look forward to the weekend. I don't know why.
No, it's just I just like when you have to say it. May 19th. May 19th.
What's May? Is May 19th the birthday of the thing or whatever?
Yeah, it's that thing where Kane killed Katie Bick.
I'll be at the Cub game on Friday.
Oh, Jesus. You know, fuck the Milwaukee Brewers.
I know. If Willie Peralta starts that game for the Brewers, I'm not going. I've seen him about 87 times.
Hold on, let me see if I might give you the. Well, while you're talking, I'll give you the update.
It's to be announced still. I looked it up today.
Oh, shut up.
Okay, let's recap Raw real quick. Kurt Angle comes out and announces that it'll be a fatal 5-way Extreme Rules match. The winner will get Brock Lesnar, most likely at the Great Balls of Fire in July. Roman Reigns comes out and says he should be getting the opportunity. Then Finn Balor says the line starts with him because he never lost it after he got injured. Samoa Joe comes out, Bray Wyatt, Seth Rollins. It all ends up in a brawl, and so on and so forth. Jeff Hardy then gets a win over Sheamus. Alicia Fox gets a win over Sasha Banks. Tony, with that loss for Alicia Fox, for Sasha Banks, is this leading to her heel turn for the summer?
It's gotta happen where she's
gonna be upset.
She's gotta turn heel.
She's gotta, and I think it's gonna lead to her and Bayley. I think Bayley's gonna get that title back.
Yeah, it's gonna happen where no, it's gonna be Alexa Bliss is gonna win that Kane match. She's gonna smack Bayley around a couple times, maybe up to the ass and everything.
Smoody, it's PG. Don't forget.
Well, not anymore.
Miz gets a win for the Intercontinental title, but by disqualification. Dean Ambrose kicked him in the mini Miz's, and by DQ, and it'll be a match at Extreme Rules Intercontinental title. If Dean Ambrose gets disqualified, that he will lose the Intercontinental title. Alexa Bliss comes out and says she's the champion. Bayley comes out and invokes a rematch clause, then gets attacked by a kendo stick. Have they named that match yet? What kind it is?
Yeah, it's a kendo stick and a pole match.
For 100%?
I know. Yeah, it's if the loser, the first one to grab the kendo stick wins.
Oh, the first one to use it wins.
Yes.
TJP and Neville get a win over Austin Aries and Jack Gallagher. Roman Reigns gets a win over Finn Balor. We lose another tag team here on Raw. As the Golden Truth come out, they celebrate, they're excited, and then Goldust attacks R-Truth and says that's what's up. That's probably going to be the pre-show match for Extreme Rules, but also, we haven't seen a heel Goldust in WWE for a long time, so what I put on Twitter Monday night was that I think that they should bring back his character from TNA, Black Rain, maybe be Black Dust, or be something dark and vicious, because Goldust isn't a mean character.
He hasn't been mean since '98 when he was the artist formerly known as Goldust.
Oh, we can't bring when him and Luna were together.
Yeah, him in women's clothes and everything.
Yeah, and he got thrown in didn't he get thrown in a porta potty by Stone Cold?
Yep, the crap for 316.
Yep. So we'll see what happens there, but I'm sure more will happen. Cass defeats Titus O'Neil in $4,100 worth of expensive clothing. Poor Titus. And then finally, Seth Rollins defeats Bray Wyatt by disqualification thanks to the interference of Samoa Joe. So the 5-way for the title, Tony. If you had to make a pick right now with nothing on the line, who do you got?
Let's see. Who's the 5-way?
Roman, Finn, Samoa Joe, Bray Wyatt, Seth Rollins.
I go with Finn Balor. If I was a bet, I think Finn Balor. If not, probably Samoa Joe.
My pick. This is what I'm gonna think here. It's not gonna be Roman. That's gonna be at WrestleMania. So that leaves it down to 4. I think it's gonna be between Rollins and Balor, and the winner gets them at Great Balls of Fire. The loser will get the match at SummerSlam. Finn Balor won that title at SummerSlam a year ago. I say Seth Rollins wins. Balor gets the rematch at, maybe Rollins beats Brock. Probably not. But it'll be Brock at SummerSlam. Balor wins it back at the pay-per-view he first won it a year ago.
Yeah, but because I know Brock's going to face Undertaker at WrestleMania because I know...
Undertaker's done, Tony.
Well, not yet. I think he goes one more match, maybe.
Tony, he's done. That's over with. It's Brock and Roman. They already talked about this.
Well, time to bring out the casket and bring out one more.
No.
Maybe
We're done. He's going to get inducted in the Hall of Fame. That's enough.
I'll be sleeping for that one.
We're taking time out. When we come back, we're going to preview Ring of Honor and NXT. That's next on the Ringside Report. On this day, Tony, 1963, Bruno Sammartino won the WWF title. He didn't lose it till 1971.
I know, yeah, for a long time. It was like when the Famous Mullet won the Women's Championship, and she held it for 23 years.
Is that the longest reigning championship? Was that the women's title?
Yep, the women's title. They will never break that again. No one will ever break that.
No, because they only wrestled once every one. Did she wrestle a lot back in those days, or what?
Oh, yeah. Well, she wrestled maybe once or twice a year.
Oh, that's kind of like how Brock does it now.
Yeah. I remember Brock's not the champion until he loses at SummerSlam.
WrestleMania to Roman. We've already been through this. What?
I hope they trade Roman to SmackDown.
There's no more trades, Tony. They already did it. There's no draft this year.
How long is brought out till?
6 months. So Survivor Series will probably be when he gets his shot.
Yeah, because Turner says he might be Hell in a Cell. He might be.
Tony, don't ever start a sentence with Turner.
Because I heard Hell in a Cell's in Minneapolis and SmackDown's in Milwaukee. So I believe that.
When's that? When in the hell is that happening?
October.
So WWE's coming back to Milwaukee in October?
Yep. So that would mean Chicago wouldn't probably get theirs till Christmas.
No, they usually have a summer Raw around July or August.
They'll probably get Labor Day Raw.
Yeah, why not? Okay, Smoody, you ready to preview Ring of Honor?
Yeah, for the fallout from Friday's pay-per-view.
No, it's not. Not for a couple weeks. This is still pre-recorded before that.
This is Orlando.
No, not Orlando. This is in Philadelphia.
Oh.
Search and Destroy, who we saw in tag team action on Friday on the pay-per-view. They will face Will Ferrara and guess who, Tony?
Cheeseburger!
Yep, they'll be in action. It'll be, of course, Search and Destroy is Jonathan Gresham and Chris Sabin right now, and you'll hear him address it on this. Alex Shelley is out with a concussion and can't wrestle. Another match, you'll see Silas Young with the Bruiser going one-on-one against Bobby Fish. The Silas Young, if he can get a victory in this matchup, that's not doing anything for him and Bruiser. It looks like it's mainly him being on a singles run and Bruiser's just along for the ride.
Yeah, because Silas Young needs to retire and get out of freaking wrestling.
Ring of Honor 6-man tag titles will be on the line. Bully Ray and the Briscoes will defend after successfully retaining on Friday. They will defend them against the Rebellion. How are you looking at that, Smoods?
They're still tag team champions.
How do you know?
Huh?
There could be an upset in the works.
This is a long time ago we're talking, but I think mostly Silas Young, B.A.R. and Cheeseburger should be a six person and take the belts from them at the next pay-per-view.
I think Tyler Sunday should join Will Ferrara and Cheeseburger. Aren't they wrestling this weekend? Is that this weekend?
Yeah, that's this weekend.
Friday night, and is that at the old Knights of Columbus?
Yep, at KLC.
Oh boy, I haven't been there in a couple of years, and I'm not going back. Not going back yet.
I don't really go back there anymore. I just can't stand the price of wrestling there anymore.
Smoody, give it a rest, son.
You sausage.
Okay, let's finish this NXT, Tony. NXT TakeOver Chicago coming up on Saturday night from the Allstate Arena in Chicago. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be an electric atmosphere because Chicago is one of them cities, like you know. And what match do you think out of the 4 that's been announced that looks like it's going to be the one that's going to take the cake?
Probably Bobby Roode and Hideo Itami. But it's not going to be electrifying. That's a rock.
Okay, Tony, we talked about this on Friday. What's going to be the most electric time of the night? When Adam Cole comes out. The question is, when does he show up?
Never. I don't think he shows up.
Tony, he's showing up. When's he showing up?
I think he sits in the crowd when the camera goes on him. He sits in the crowd with a hot dog and enjoying a meal. And And that's when Bobby Roode attacks him during the match, and then Adam Cole jumps the guardrail, and all hell breaks loose. So it's gonna be a humdinger of a show.
I'll ask you this again on Friday because I don't think you're really thinking right now. Okay, that's NXT. That is the final one before Takeover Chicago tonight.
I just think that Adam Cole, I think he's probably gonna quietly make his appearance.
It's not gonna be quietly. He's got to. There's only 4 matches on the card. I think someone's gonna have an open challenge, and that's who's gonna answer. There's usually one more match.
Probably. Well, let's see. Who would be the? I think Eric Young should.
How about Drew McIntyre?
Ooh, that should be a good match.
We'll see. That, of course, is on Saturday, but we got one more NXT. That is tonight. We'll see what happens. We'll take a timeout when we come back. We're going to preview Impact, plus recap last week's, as we're getting closer to Slammiversary on the 3rd of July, or the 2nd of July. We'll be back. All right, Tony, on this date in 1998, Scott Hall turned on Kevin Nash at Slamboree.
Yeah, that was the end of the NWO.
Then the Wolf and then later on, they all were together and in the Wolf Pack. It was weird. Got weird.
Yeah.
Also on this date, not sure what year, but Marty Jannetty returned after getting fired after the Royal Rumble. This has to be 93 then. He returned against Shawn Michaels and won the Intercontinental title. His only singles title. I never knew he won the title, but congratulations. It was on Monday Night Raw. Now you know, Smooty.
Now I know.
Okay, Impact this past week. Fatal 4-Way. Andrew Everett gets a win over Matt Sydal, Desmond Xavier, and another guy. So he's going to be getting close. I think he's going to be getting that X Division title shot probably at Slammiversary. EC3 comes out as a cowboy dancing and making fun of James Storm. James Storm comes out and tries to brawls with him, but then he takes the cowbell that EC3 brings out and he uses it, attacks James Storm, then handcuffs him to the ropes and literally hits him about 25 times with a leather belt. You can see the pictures on social media. Absolutely unbelievable. Laredo Kid and Garza Jr. gets a win over Abraham and Zayn. Lauren Van Ness was in action, and it ends in a no contest as Van Ness just attacks the woman, and then I think attacks the referee, and she was going crazy. Tony, you still have the hots for Laura Van Ness, don't you?
Nah, she's an ugly bitch.
Well, Tony, I'm glad for you to have your 2 cents in here tonight. LAX comes out, and they come out, and they're all in face paint, and they have 2 urns, and they're coming out to talk about to honor the death of Decay. And then they say, you know what, they don't deserve it, so they dump the ashes on the ground. Then there's a fan with an American flag, and they say, you better take that, you better put that down, or we're gonna stick it up your ass. And then the VOW, which one of them guys is Crimson, come out and make the save. As of course, there's gonna be a Global Force Wrestling Tag Team Title Tournament. LAX wants to win that. Impact Grand Title, Moose defeats Marche Rocket and retains. In a one-on-one match, Angelina Love loses to Alicia, who is Eddie Edwards' wife, and of course, Angelina Love is Davey Richards' wife. She wins by disqualification. Tony, my prediction is they're probably gonna have a mixed tag team match at Slammiversary between the 2 husband and wives, don't you think?
I think it should end up where at the end it should be one of them stays and one of them goes.
You mean the girls? Because the guys aren't going anywhere.
No, the guys probably, I think, would be just put something down the line between these 2 friendships, like I don't know, maybe the winner between Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards, the winner gets the number 1 contender shot for the world title.
And then finally, in the main event, Global Force Wrestling World Title, Alberto El Patron defeats Magnus. He is your new Global Force Wrestling Champion. Now, does he go into the main event of Slammiversary to face Lashley? Do you think it should be title for title or Patron against Lashley? Do you think this is going to happen come up July 2nd at Slammiversary?
It's got to happen title versus title because Bobby Lashley's a walking Armageddon and he's going to dominate everything. So he should get
And then, of course, that leads to tomorrow night on Impact. Of course, we said we're still over a couple months away, almost a little under 2 months away from Slammiversary. JB's got to come back. I'm still happy David Penzer's the ring announcer. So everything's looking good right now for Impact Wrestling. Hopefully they keep it going as we get closer and closer. Again, that is tomorrow night, Pop TV at 7 p.m. Central. That's going to be it. A preview for Friday. We're going to recap SmackDown, 205 Live, Ring of Honor, and NXT. Plus, we have the NXT TakeOver Chicago and Backlash warm-ups. And, of course, both coming from Chicago. Should be exciting. So, Tony, we'll see you on Friday, okay?
Wonderful.
For Anthony Spoody, I'm Ryan Young. Thank you for watching the Ringside Report, your front row seat to all things wrestling.